All right, welcome back, guys. I have another story here that we should talk about. Her story. Her name is Oluchi Tunde-Oni. She's a counselor, but she's gonna share some things with us. I'm not sure if she's a counselor with her husband, but I've seen a few videos on the internet. They have a few clips all over the internet or social media. I like what they do. I follow them. So, but she's saying something here. I want us to listen to it together, and then we'll come back and chat about it. Let's go.
The married ladies, please learn your husband. Stop trying to fit a round peg in a square hole. When I first got married, I genuinely thought that my husband would do house chores with me, we'll cook together, because that's what I saw growing up. My dad is an excellent cook and he used to help around the house. And I also knew some other men who were very hands-on in the home. In fact, I know a lady whose husband does market runs, he cooks, he cleans, and also runs a business. I remember thinking to myself, God, I wish my husband could be just like this. But let me tell you something. My husband is the complete opposite of who that guy is. If you want to punish my husband, just send him to the market. He might actually pass out. But here's the thing. Nobody is as resourceful as my husband. And one of his superpowers that I know is that he can get people to do things for him without him having to break his sweat. It's actually very impressive. Yes, he didn't tick off all the boxes I had in my head before I got married. But if I had stayed stuck in comparing him to someone else's husband, or even my father, I would have robbed off us so many happy and productive moments together in our marriage. I had to come to terms with the fact that my husband is not like anyone else. There is only one Oluchi Tunde-Oni, and there will only ever be one of him. And no, I can't use Mrs. A's husband's qualities as the standard for mine. Please hear me. There is a unique way to love your husband, a way to speak to your husband, a way to play with, encourage, challenge, and build your own husband. So please learn him, understand him, love him well, and stop grading your husband with someone else's scorecard. To the married ladies, please.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think so far with that? What do you guys think about that? Were you shocked? All right. She talked about how her husband is in no way like her father. You know, one of the things that's quite underrated when it comes to marriage is acceptance. A lot of people struggle with acceptance. You see, the acceptance in marriage is not just about marriage. Like most of the principles in marriage that really makes a marriage wholesome, they're just life principles. They're not really about marriage. That's why when people say marriage is a scam, I say you're just saying life is a scam. You are the butt of the joke. What, we don't have to sign the paperwork, you're still the butt of the joke. Okay. The principles that make marriage work is basically the principles that create a happy life. Okay. So acceptance is one of them. There's just some things in life that you're just going to have to accept. Hello, Uncle Beno, I see you, brother. There's some things in life the people we love the most, we don't try to change them. We try, but it usually never works. What you will find that you love the most about them are things that you learn to accept over time. You will learn that it is no different when it comes to life, marriage, your siblings, any form of relationship. And that's what she's speaking to. So what do most people do? They say, oh, look, I think I met my father. I met a guy like my father. And then we wrap all these kind of things together, which some people, it might be true for some people like that. Or I'm more attracted to people like my father. We say these things, but it has nothing to do with the skill set that you need to survive in long-term relationships and marriage, right? So acceptance is one of those things. Acceptance doesn't mean you just accept anything. It's actually a skill set. It's an art of its own. So there's some things, there's a way you accept, right? There's a way you accept that can actually affect and influence change, the kind of change you're looking for, right? And it starts with don't be obsessed with whatever that end outcome, but learning how to accept what is in front of you is you can also think of it in terms of gratitude. Just learning how to appreciate what you got is the route you want to take to get to more things that you want. But it sounds too much like preaching, I guess, all that kumbaya stuff. Let's just hold them accountable. Correct them as they come. I'm a blunt person. I correct it as it's come. As it's come like that, I fire you back to your parents. That's what most people do in marriage. It's no wonder why it's falling apart everywhere. Does she look like somebody who is sad? No, she doesn't. Well, it's just a video with a bunch of background music, so maybe she was playing us. But let me just tell you right now, play us or not, I agree with her. I'm going to share with you 5 different reasons really quickly. You can list it out. If you list it in the chat, I will take it, I'll put it on the screen. But I just want to fly through this really quickly. Number 1, acceptance creates safety. Okay, yes, your partner needs to feel accepted by you. Feelings, you have to create that space. Okay, flaws and all, you need to accept it. Okay, and if you would like that flaw to change or to actually be better, it's going to start with you accepting it first. Okay, number 2, it reduces conflict. Okay, because again, oftentimes you're asking people to change and you're also telling them to become a different person, a different personality. Of course, you're telling them to take up a new, better habit. You're rightfully asking for these things sometimes. It's the way you're asking for them that is not working. Number 3, it builds trust and loyalty. Number 4, it nurtures growth. Number 5, it strengthens companionship. Well, marriage is not about happiness. You're lying to yourself. What you just said is supposed to, you designed it to make you happy, but you're lying. Okay, and it's not going to make you happy, but inside of yourself you said that because you thought it would make you happy, but I'm not going to make you happy. You're wrong. Okay, you're wrong. You need to remove the focus off of happiness. You need to create a healthy environment for people to feel like they can feel fulfilled, feel like they can thrive. Let me see, I think somebody came in the studio. Uncle Beno, my brother, how are you, sir?
You can hey, MOP.
How you doing now?
I just did, Baba. How your side?
I do. We did here. We're just cruising on a Saturday night. Small.
I know.
People don't go to sleep, but we did here.
No, they are probably at Owambe.
That's true. That's another angle. That's true.
Yeah, that's true. I just heard this lady video you played now.
Yes.
It's quite interesting. So I'm like, let me first of all come and ask you if you can send it to me. I really like it. And then 2, I wanted to say this. I know sisters might start throwing me back blows, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that some women can literally destroy their marriage based on what this woman said, that the husband is a complete opposite to what she expected, based on how she saw her own father, very handy, walking around the house, cooking and doing all of that. But by the time she got married, the husband can literally enter ground. If she say, help me go market.
Yeah. So, you know the funny thing, Uncle Beno? Me too. I'm like that. If you want to punish me, well, let me not market. I can stop by, pick up 1 or 2 things, shop price, stuff like that. But if you want to punish me, number 1, take me to a mall and make me walk around the mall.
Are you kidding me? You don't like doing that?
I hit the mall with a passion. Me, if I go to a mall like this, right, I know where I'm going. I enter the place, I leave. To the closest door. But them, they go enter one door, they want exit from the other door and then walk around, and I don't have the patience for that. The second thing you want to do to punish me is to make me go and do a full-blown grocery. I will if I have to, but it's not my favorite thing, and thank goodness I marry a woman who will not punish me that way. But you're on point. Your point.
Exactly. So
hey, Biba.
Some lady some lady will just destroy a beautiful thing they got going, because according to them, The man must check all the boxes, especially
Hmm.
nowadays. That's why sometimes when I hop on some conversation online, it
Hmm.
pisses me off when I hear some women talk about this shit. Because nowadays is, oh, you got to wash plates, you got to clean. Why can't you do? There is not a gender rule. It's a survival skill. Nya, 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 nya. And I'll be wondering, have you put into consideration that you can actually meet an amazing man, a man who will sweep you off your feet, offer
Hmm.
you the entire world. But that same man will be, when they say masculine man pro max, that he doesn't want to do nothing that is considered female role in the house. So are you gonna walk away with that? Are you gonna call him names? Just because your friends come and brag to you, oh, my husband wash plate, they no burn my husband well, make it no wash plate. How dare my husband come home? He didn't cook for me.
Hmm.
Not because you hear women yapping online, you are not expecting that this beautiful man you just found, this man that you can literally press his mumu button and he will just be saying yes, baby, yes, baby. The only thing is there are some things he can't even bring himself down to do. You see what I'm saying, Baba?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I just wanted to say it and put it out there that many women are ruining their home, ruining their chances because they want their marriage to replicate what their friends tells them is happening in their home. And like I've always said on
Comparison, right? This is what
yeah,
she was talking about.
exactly, exactly. So, oh, my friend said this is what her husband is doing. Oh, I hear this woman who is preaching and I say, my husband, they don't call my husband. Well, my husband will do like this, and now you are expecting your husband to
So,
do
so
like
Uncle
this.
Beno, let me ask you a question though.
Yeah.
What do you advise to? Let's start with the lady first, and then let's end it with the man. Let's give them separate advices. What do you say to a lady who feels exhausted by the house chores? As you know, women don't necessarily have access to house girls, right, or
Mm-hmm.
help, especially when it comes to japa marriages, right? They
Mm-hmm.
don't have access to the necessary help, and in the Western society, for the most part, the women need to work just as much, if not more, to sustain the lifestyles and their living standards, right? So what
Mm-hmm.
do you advise to such lady, right, who is asking for some type of help with regards to those things we're just talking about, and then end it with your advice for their husband who might be experiencing the woman complaining about this already?
Okay, here's the thing. First off, my question to the lady will be, what kind of work are you doing? And what kind of work is your husband doing? How are your finances? Are you getting exhausted because you are doing too much at your job? Are you getting exhausted because you have to work that hard because your husband cannot cover the bills? I don't know if you get what I'm saying,
I'm
MOP.
listening. Yeah, I'm listening.
Now, if you will have to work as a result of necessity, definitely means that your husband may have some times in his hand. Because I don't see how your husband walk around the clock, you are walking around the clock too. That you now have um, this culture that is now giving you too much pressure. Something is wrong,
Yeah.
especially when you are raising kids. I don't subscribe to the idea that, oh, wife must be working around the clock, husband must be working around the clock when they are raising kids. So now, if the situation is they are both in competition, because that's what happened in a lot of marriages too. Husband is chasing money, wife is chasing money. Now both of them are exhausted when they get home and sleep. Husband expect the wife to do her home duty. So it's a different ballgame. But the only advice I can give a woman is, first off, assess the situation. Because sometimes some women may be married to a man who is actually doing well. financially. A man who can cover all the bills, cover everything, and they are fine. Meaning she herself is not supposed to be walking around the clock to the point that she will be too exhausted to take care of her own house chores. You feel me now? So
Yes.
if the man is not doing that much and she is the one who have to do more, then the man must help by fire by force. She just have to communicate to the man that, hey, look at this. I can't do this, I can't do this, and you are not helping. And then she has to express it in a tone that the man will understand.
Okay.
If the man is proving too stubborn, is not understanding, is stressing her out, why are you in the marriage in the first place? That's the time you give him you first give him a yellow card. Dude, if you are not changing for the next 3 to
It's
6
not
months, I
working.
think this marriage is not for me. I'm telling you honestly, that's what I would tell anybody who is feeling that way.
Got you.
Because if you weigh it, the only reason a woman can be exhausted after work is because she probably have a very demanding job where she has to be there and give all her energy. So if you have a work that is so demanding, you give her energy, then that job must be paying you well enough. And it means that your husband that cannot help also must have a job that consumes his time, which means he too, he got to be making good money from that job. So therefore, you guys should get a house help. If you can't get a house help, pay people that are Mexicans around that can help you come and clean your house, do everything. But if that is not the case, and as a woman, you are the one who is carrying all this load, and you try to communicate with your husband, and your husband is not supporting, that marriage is not the right marriage for you. That's all I would say. And as
Okay.
a man,
Before you go to the man, let me add this
okay,
to the man. Let's assume that it's just a full-time job, that
mhm,
she's gone all day. She has to commute 2 hours, 2 hours, top, bottom. Just like the husband. In fact, both of them, when it comes to picking up the kids and stuff, they figure it out. But the guy is asking for home cooked meal, right?
mhm.
Is asking that the kitchen is supposed to, and not on top of that, he's feeling neglected. This man is feeling neglected in the other room. And what would you advise to such a man?
Well, first off, if this is the situation, the man needs to be honest with himself first. You get what I'm saying right now? The man has to be honest with himself. How come you are being neglected in the bedroom? How come you needed the home cooked meal from a woman who is also working around the clock? Men whose wife is working around the clock, they don't deserve to say, I need home cooked meal. Based on the scenario you
Uncle
painted for me.
Beno, I want to make this
Mhm.
even more fun. I'm following you. I'm with you all the way.
Okay.
Let me even make this even more fun. They have, he has a BMW. Um, he said the BMW is good enough for them because he takes train anyway. But the wife said, I want my own Range Rover. So they have the Range Rover, they have a BMW, and of
Mhm.
course they had a house. They have a house now, like everybody else, because after all, new couples are supposed to have a house, right?
Mhm.
So let's add that on top. I want to sprinkle that on top of it. So continue.
That is irrelevant. Yeah, they have BMW, they have Range Rover. It's irrelevant.
He resents the Range Rover because he feels like she's the one that pressured them into the financial
That's
situation.
why I said the man should be the one to work on himself first. Why should you agree to something you know you can't afford or you know is not appropriate? All those those are like two child in marriage.
She says she's paying for it herself, so it shouldn't be his problem. But now it's not getting quikus because she needs to work so she can pay for the Range Rover.
Man of prestige. No matter how we paint this situation, you know me already. My thing is that as a man, don't chew more than you can bite. You are the man. If you demand home cooked meal, you want this done, you want that done, then you should make sure you are in a position whereby you have to let your wife know that whatever job she is doing, It's not because you folks needed that her money in the house. It's just because she has to work. So that way, the woman will know that my job don't allow me to cook is not an excuse. I don't know if you get what I'm saying right now.
Right.
Every woman must work. Everybody should work and all of that. But I'm just saying, if you are the type of man you don't want to help the woman at home, you want fresh cooked meals every day. Yeah. That means you marry a full-time housewife. Because those are the ones I see that can do that round the clock. But if you are married to a woman that she has to work as a result of necessity to pay the bills and
Well, she
everything,
she didn't
bro,
have to work
you
that much, according to him. She didn't have to work that much, but because she piled this extra expense on herself, because she insisted they must have a house, like her friends, and she insisted on the second Range Rover. And he's like, well, I told you that we can't afford this, but you insist. Now you have to work. But you see what I'm saying? So it's not
the man
exactly, it's not
don't.
directly, it's not directly what he agreed to, but seemingly he didn't have a choice because some of our ladies don't necessarily listen too.
Baba, what all that boils down to is that the man marry a boss lady. That's just what I'm hearing right now. Because in marriage, whether wife drive Range Rover or wife drive limousine, that shouldn't stop the wife from performing her own duty in the house. Once what the wife's supposed to do and what the husband's supposed to do is becoming an argument, that is not a marriage. That is two bosses in a relationship. Oga jam oga. That's just the way me I say it. So there is no way around it. What the man can do is he either compromise. You see what I'm saying? He should rather compromise. He say, okay, you know what? Let's figure a way around these things. I don't want
Right.
to eat out. Are you gonna be cooking and preserve it? So when I come, I know I have a fresh meal at home. How do you want to do it? Now, if the lady is not listening, if the lady is insisting that, okay, you cook your meal, you do that, then forget it. You are not in marriage. You're not gonna just tear paper, make everybody work on your own. You see,
Okay.
that's just what I'm gonna say.
I like that. I like that.
But then, this is not a big deal. This is what you guys can work
I mean,
around.
tearing paper is easier said than done, but I hear you. To tear paper,
MOP,
a lot of couples are going through this, which is why I painted that picture like that for you. And
MOP,
uh-huh. Mungbo.
MOP, honestly, tear paper no hard though, to be honest. For people who
See,
want to be honest with themselves.
when you say no hard, you're talking about as an individual. Remember, two people are involved, right?
Yes.
So there might be one person that you know hard for. That person might be on the receiving end. They're the one being rejected, so they're not the one calling quits. It so happened to be the other person. I played a video here yesterday where the lady, I don't know, a Liberian or Sierra Leonean lady, who said, "No, I don't want to give the guy divorce." I played that video here yesterday, or what, two days ago, Jerry. You know, so if we consider that it's two people involved, divorce is difficult. Speaking of divorce is difficult, Uncle Beno, please stick with me because I want us to cover this next story together, right?
No problem.
I want to leave this one hanging like this. I want everybody who comes to watch this video to contribute their comments and let us
Yeah, I
know
need the
what they
video. I
think.
really want. Please don't forget me send the video. I really
Hey, I
need
go
to
send
see it.
that one, no be problem now. Yeah, I will
She
send it to
gets
you.
sense.
Yeah. She's a counselor, so it makes sense that she gets sense. You know what I'm saying? All right. Everybody hit the like button, share, subscribe, join the conversation in the comment. Let's finish it in the comment area. Let me know what you think about what she's saying. Is she the word I'm looking for is she delusional about the reality of some of these marriages, or she's just acting like her own shit don't stink too? What do you have to say about this? I like what she said personally. Uncle Beno likes it, but maybe you can help us dig a little deeper into the reality of what this thing looks like. Even Jojo also agree with that as well, you know. So with that being said, we're gonna move on to some other stories around the world. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. We will be right back.
I find a beautiful girl. it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.